Hi, Eve here. Today we'll be talking about preventative eating, what it is and why it doesn't work. But I'd like to start out with a story about my dad. Have you ever went on a road trip with a Persian dad? If you haven't, let me tell you a little bit how it goes. We used to live in Orange County while I was growing up, and we would visit San Diego every now and then. And my dad would say things like, okay, you know, go to the bathroom now because there's no bathroom between here and San Diego. As for food, there's no stopping for that either. So to a young kid, wow, well, to prepare for this, pilgrimage down the 405, I would certainly, go to the bathroom as much as I could, right? I would go several times. And when it came to food, well, and our impending famine, I would eat as much as I could to help me for this road trip, to help me so that it would last me through this road trip. I'm sure you could understand this predicament. How about you? I mean, even though you may not have a Persian dad, do you ever overeat now to prevent getting hungry later? I call this preventative eating or eating to prepare. Again, that's, do you ever overeat now to prevent getting hungry later? If that's you, give me a like or a thumbs up, or write "that's me." Share this with a friend, because I think all of us have either done this ourselves or know somebody who does stuff like this. And it could show up in so many different places. I mean, for some people, this could show up before a long meeting. If they know they're going to be in a meeting for a long time, in preparation for a long class, if they're getting ready to run errands, or maybe even before a long trip. So again, give me a like or a thumbs up if you know somebody who does this. So, I mean, even though on the surface level, it sounds like a good idea, it sounds like it makes sense to overeat now to prevent getting hungry later. Whoa, I got a message. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, so even though it may sound like a good idea, it could actually be problematic. Force feeding yourself this way could actually be counterproductive to your health goals as well as your fitness goals. Depending on what you're eating, it could develop into blood sugar imbalances. It could cause you to feel physically uncomfortable and maybe would even drain your energy. For a lot of people, I know it certainly does. And most importantly, I want you to know, it doesn't really work. Hi, I'm Eve Lahijani. I'm registered dietitian nutritionist, and my passion is helping men and women who struggle with their eating to achieve food freedom. I love helping people really listen to their bodies, trust themselves when it comes to food, when it comes to life, so they could live freely in a world that's an abundance of food and live truly engaged and fulfilling lives. And so today I'm talking about this tendency many of us have called preventative eating, which is overeating now to prevent getting hungry later. Again, I call that preventative eating or eating to prepare. So instead of force feeding yourself this way, I recommend when you're eating, once you feel that you're full, allow yourself to stop eating there. Once you feel comfortably satisfied, giving yourself permission to stop. And instead of, force feeding yourself, you could take what's left, you could take that with you and eat it later on when you're feeling hungry again. Or maybe plan to carry snacks. Here are some things I actually happen to have in the house right now. So maybe something like, this is frozen berries with some frozen pineapple. It's defrosting right now, so probably like in the next half hour, it's gonna be nice and just a bit defrosted. Something else that I have here is, I might have some nuts. So these are pistachios, with some dried fruit. These are dried apricots. Make a great and convenient snack. Something else I love, almonds too. Apparently I'm running out. Maybe a piece of fruit, and this is a Cliff Bar, nice and convenient. Sometimes I even may have a biscotti. I love these biscottis with a glass of soy milk or almond milk. So it doesn't have to be anything complicated, But doing something like that, I feel much more comfortable in my body than overstuffing myself, doing that preventative eating. So I want to share a story with you. As some of you know, I used to do some consultation work with Northrop Grumman. It's an aerospace company in the South Bay. And so I worked with a lot of clients who are aerospace engineers, and this aerospace engineer in particular, he was really good at what he did. And so every time he had to submit proposals, this would mean long work hours with his teammates. And to make matters even more complicated was he wasn't allowed to take food in the room that he was working in. And to get into the building where he was working, there's a lot of security clearances that he had to pass. So, to help him be more efficient with his time, what he would reason was doing that preventative eating. He'd even eat a massive lunch, so that would sustain him during those long work hours. However, after many years of doing that, he was seeing how counterproductive this was for him. In fact, he felt very uncomfortable in his body. His energy levels were really uneven. He wasn't feeling very motivated at his work, and he was hardly in a good mood. So we experimented with this idea of, taking snacks or going back and having leftovers. And even though it was a bit of an inconvenience, to step out of the room to have a snack, from his locker, or to walk all the way back to his office to get something to eat, it really benefited him. He noticed that he really enjoyed feeling comfortable in his body from morning till night. He really liked that he had more energy and he had more motivation in his job. Even his coworkers noticed that he was in a better mood throughout the day. And by the time he got home to be with his partner and his family, he was still in a great mood. So next time you feel compelled to overeat to try to avoid getting hungry later, I really want to encourage you to instead, having a snack or having something small to eat. I want to encourage you instead to stop eating when you're comfortably full or when you're comfortably satisfied, not force feeding yourself. And when you do get hungry again, allowing yourself to have something then again. So I hope this was a helpful post. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you like this, please like or share. And happy eating, and thank you for watching. Bye.